Hey guys, welcome to episode 190 of the Cat Lady channel. My name is Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. My sign is not here. If you notice, I am not in the same spot. All my stuff happens to be just like here in my kitchen, and it is already Thursday, February 2nd. So it has been like, it's not been a bad week. It's just been an exhausting week for some. It's just the weather. It's just the season. I'm a bear. I'm a hibernating animal creature. I need to just tuck into my little cave and sleep until the sun, well, sun is out today, but until the sun permanently comes out and the weather gets up a couple notches, because I can't do this stuff. This is not for me. And it's never been for me. So like, I just feel like crawling into my bed and don't get me up until like April. So maybe end of March. Spring. Wake me up in the spring. So I just have not been in the mood to sit down and record. And I'm still trying to keep up with all these other things I have to do. Not have to do. But anyways, back to my introduction. My name is Andrea. I live in Michigan where it is freezing. And I have a husband, 2 children, and a cat. I am a crafty channel, primarily knitting, some crochet, spinning. I am also currently working on trying to clear all my whips, works in progress. So you'll see a lot of the same things, unfortunately. But we're clearing them. We're getting them done, which is good. If you would like to follow me on social media, I am on Instagram and Facebook, mostly the same. Mostly I just, Instagram. Instagram's the way to go for me. I like posting pictures. That's where I just post updates and stuff. So Instagram, the Cat Lady. But if you don't use Instagram, all that stuff funnels over to Facebook, where I have a group as well. I apologize to anyone who messaged me on Facebook because I never see them until like later. So they don't notify me. Like, I have the Messenger app, I have whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like, I rarely see notifications that I get messages through the Cat Lady page, which is really annoying. So I apologize. So if you do want to get a hold of me quicker, you can either email me at thecatladydesigns@gmail.com or craftycatlady@gmail.com, which my YouTube channel is called Crafty Cat Lady, so it's easier to remember. Or DM me on Instagram at the Cat Lady. So those are the better places. But again, if you are only on Facebook or use Facebook more, try to message me. Maybe leave a comment somewhere like, hey, I sent you a message about something or something. I don't know, because that's always a problem. I have a Discord server where we chat about all sorts of things. So the link for that is below. And I keep saying I'm going to start a make-along. I was supposed to start at the beginning of the year, and we're now a month in. I will get to it, I promise. So, I don't function well in the winter. So why am I doing a winter make-along? I don't know. So, anyways, I am going to show you what I've been working on. So, I'm on to my next whip that I've been trying to clear up, which is the Vero V-neck by Knitting Tipsy. I am using Karen's Simply Soft. So I did end up looking at her project page, and she was using a DK weight acrylic from Hobby. So it's probably similar. I don't know. Was it an acrylic or a cotton acrylic? I don't know. So I don't know. I just feel like this is so heavy, but that's okay. It is what it is now, and it's cute. I do like it. So last you saw, I started the sleeve, and I was here on the sleeve. I now have a sleeve, and with the little bobbles, I'm hoping they like kind of steam out a little bit, because they are like kind of, they're cute though. But this is a full length sleeve. It goes down to probably about where this sleeve is. And I started the next sleeve. Sorry, I just have a bunch of ends. Oh, I'm not looking forward to weaving ends. I have so many ends to weave in. And I started the next sleeve. I am definitely not gonna have enough. Probably gonna have to go buy one. It's fine. I do have another purple, so that's fine. And I should have plenty of pink, so. This is just it is becoming a little bit of a slog because I don't know, just ready to be done with it, but super easy. So I just need to sit down and keep going around and around, and then I have to add the trim at the bottom, which has the same bobbles. So that is that. That is living in my big fat black cat bag from my friend Brandy. I have pulled out my weaving. I don't think I finished anything though. I don't think I finished a square. Don't think there's a square in there. But I did start working on, I have a square on the loom. I'm trying to remember if I do have, I don't think I did. I might have had, if I did have one, I pulled it out. So where did my needle go? But I am going to be working on this today. Oh, there it is. I'm going to be working on this today. Emily is getting braces. Just the top for now, and then they'll put in the bottoms in like another month or two. So she will be getting her braces this afternoon. I have to pick her up from school, and then I will bring this and work on it while she's doing that, because it's probably going to be an hour or something. So that'll be a good travel project. And then that is living in my Zelda bag, one of my favorite bags. It's like ancient artwork Zelda type thing, like drawings. And then lastly, I pulled out my spinning. So I'm working on Into the World odds and ends. Oh, the yarn I'm using for this is this hand spun yarn from Dog Fibers. I love it. It's very rustic, but it's like hand dyed, hand spun, like sheep to wool, sheep to yarn. Like she gets the raw fleece and she processes it all and then hand spins it. So it's amazing. It's really cool. So so Dog Fibers. Everything will be linked below. And then I have finished my last mini that was on the spindle. So I figured I'd leave it in this little turtle shape. So the fun thing about this is now a center pole thing. It's not really a ball. Turtle. So if I were to not do anything, or even just when I'm going to be winding it onto my little nitty knotty, you just pull this and it just comes right out. So that's really cool. That's the fun part about the Turkish spindle, is it comes off in this little. So if I was actually not doing the ply on the fly method either, I could take both ends of this and then ply it together for a 2-ply without having to like if I did it like on my wheel and it's on like a bobbin, you have to like then put it on a cake winder, wind it into a cake. Then you can do the double-ended pull, which gets a little tangly and everything. So does this sort of, but it's better. I don't know, it's just better. This was a better way. Anyway, so I cast on, I don't know, do you call it cast on? I don't know. I put on my next mini. So there's the next one. So we got these pretty autumnal colors. And these are Into the World odds and ends. And I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 left. This one looks kind of big. Looks like a bigger one compared to like this one. Some of these are kind of big in there. So these are all just, ooh, this one feels nice and soft. I'll do this one next. They're all kind of rustic. These are all just random assortments of all their odds and ends, I guess, of braids they've made, or I don't know how they get these chunks, but it's just a random assortment. I've gotten a bag at Rhinebeck every time I've gone, so I have another bag. Oh, there's my ring. I can't. So when I do ply on the fly, eventually I'd like to make a video. I like to make a video on what they do. But when you ply on the fly, I take I can't get the ring on. Okay. I take the string that's on here and then I like butterfly it around my thumb and pinky so this gets in the way. I should just keep it on this hand when I'm spinning, but I usually end up taking it off, sticking it in my bag, and then I forget about it. So, but that's why that is there. So that's that. This is on my Turkish spindle from Snyder Spindles. You can see there's a kitty cat cut out there. Oh, there. You see it on my cheek. There we go. Kitty cats. So that's my really cool and really good, really nicely made spindle. What is this? Oh, leftover yarn from my Stormy Skies shawl I made last summer. Don't know why that's in there. Probably because this is the bag it lived in. Okay. So this needs to be washed and put into a little skein. And that is living in my Space Cats bag that I made. I also made the Zelda bag. So I made the Space Cats, made the Zelda. So that is it. So, like I said, it's already Thursday. I will probably work on my weaving today. So there's not going to be, this is going to be a very short episode. There's not going to be much time. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There's always something I forget. So I'll try to remember, and if there is something I forgot, I will mention it. But in general, I've been busy. I've been doing my running or walking, my treadmill walking daily. So yesterday was day 20, not in 20 days in a row, because I have had a rest day here and there if I don't feel well or if I'm just extra tired. But I've been counting the days I've actually ran. So 20 days of not running, I'm walking. 20 walks since January. I think I looked it up. It was like January 11th was the first walk. And I've done 2 or 3 miles on the treadmill, which takes me almost an hour. So I'm slow, but it's hard, and I do break up a little sweat. It's not like super cardio because I'm not like pumping my heart, but I'm moving and, you know, working up a little bit of body temperature. So I need to do that today. And then I've been doing piano for at least 30 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour. Usually I end up around 50 minutes. And I do have a recording I can put in. Since it's a shorter episode, I'll throw in the recording of one of my latest songs I've been practicing. So I will put that in at the end of the video if you're interested. And yeah, so that's taking up a lot of time throughout the day. Because, you know, and then I gotta like clean the kitchen and get the dinners and go to the grocery stores and do all those fun things too. So pick up the kids from various activities. So it's sometimes hard to fit in some, you know, more crafting things that lastly, I ordered some more yarn for my sock machine. So I have a circular sock machine, a Erlbacher Gearhart Speedster. And one of the things you can do to make a more snug fitting kind of traditional feeling sock is you put Lycra in it, so it's like stretchy. So I ordered a cone, and it's very thin, so you hold it with your yarn as you put it into the machine, and it's supposed to kind of like, you know, snug up on your foot. So I didn't want to make any more new socks until I tried the Lycra, because I don't want to like make this sock with Lycra and be like, oh my god, this is the best sock I've ever made in my life, and I want all my socks to be like that. And then I have already had like 100 pairs of socks made that are like, well, these aren't as good anymore. And Jim keeps saying, I want more socks, I want more socks. Well, I want him to try a sock with Lycra first, and then he can tell me better or worse. Not the same. I made him a sock with a hung hem and a rib. Well, the ribbing was supposed to be, the sock with the ribbing was supposed to be for me. Did not work out, it came out too big. And I asked him, is there a difference? Do you notice? No difference. So we'll see if he notices a difference with the Lycra or without. And then going from there, then I can crank out as many pairs of socks as he wants, whichever method he prefers. And then he'll have all his socks. He wants like, first he said 7, so 1 per day. Then he said 14, so that would be extras, obviously, which I have the yarn. I have a lot of yarn. So I bought a couple more cones of the active yarn. So the one I made my Christmas socks and duck sweater out of, as well as I had some other, I made the cup cozy last week. So I bought more cones of this brand of yarn in some fun colors. So I can use that. Oh, lastly, I keep forgetting, not that it really has any reference to anything, but I did my nails last week. It's the Dashing Diva, so it's similar to Color Street. It's just honestly, these are held up really well. So it's been a week as of today. I think I put them on last Thursday. And I like these a lot. I like these better than the Color Street, only because the Color Street are thinner, which that's not saying that's bad, but you have to they come with enough to do 2 sets but once you open the bag, they're gonna degrade. So I have to like try to heat seal the bag closed, which I usually use my flat iron, that's just awkward. These other ones, they're just fine. There was no opening of any sort of sealed package. So they're a little thicker. I don't know, but they held up very well. Now, my nails underneath are probably gonna be a disaster because that's what always happens when I put on any sort of nail product. My nails are dead underneath, but it's anything, even just regular nail polish. I feel like if I keep anything on my nails too long, but I like these. I don't know if I have enough for another set though, because it only came with enough for 2 thumbs, and my thumbs are big. So anyways, that's it for the rambling. I will come back tomorrow for one final update and call it a week. So we'll see you in the next clip. Hey guys, happy Friday of the longest week ever for some reason. Not a lot to share today, so we'll just kind of do a little wrap up and get on with the day. But I forgot to share that I finished this completely. So if you follow me on Instagram, you saw this already. But this is I'm calling it the Cozy Colorblock Cowl. I will write up a pattern for this. I think it's just going to be a free pattern because it was so easy. It really was. It was such a simple, repeat. It's like a 2-row repeat, or it's a 1-row repeat. Yeah, it's literally a 1-row repeat. There's some tips about changing colors, carrying up the yarn, but it was pretty simple. At this point, maybe I don't even know if I'm going to worry about the provisional cast on that I was thinking about, because it is 1x1 ribbed. I'm not even sure how to do a provisional cast on for a 1x1 rib. So I figure if free pattern, someone wants to adapt, find out good instructions for 1x1 provisional and then 1x1 Kitchener, have at it. But for me, you can't see it. It's in the back, it's buried back there, so it's not like you can see the end. And I think my end looks fine, so I'm not too worried. But I like how the colors are blending on each side. It's nice and warm. This is a Lionbrand Hometown USA or Hometown yarn, whatever they call it. The colors are, I don't know if I still have the labels. No, I have them somewhere, but not conveniently handy. They're probably over there. But if I will put the colors down below, I'll find them. It's black, and then mustard and rust, something like that. But this is my seamed edge. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. So it's the other side of it. It's a basic, just whip stitch. So I was pretty content with it. But there are a few notes that definitely help, like binding off. I actually just talked about this with someone the other day. Usually all my bind offs are some sort of stretchy bind off. It's not Jenny's stretchy, it's a different one. You knit a stitch and then you knit the 2 together through the back loop. And then there's a way to do it purlwise as well. That's my typical bind off. And it makes it really stretchy. Well, for this, it made it like too stretchy. So it was lining up the top cast on edge and the cast off edge. That was like the one was like way too stretchy. So a standard bind off was actually the better choice for this. Just slightly loose, but standard bind off. And that kept the edges roughly the same size to line up. So one wasn't like, so. But little notes like that we'll put in there. Again, talking about how I carried it up the side. And I mean, there could be better ways to do it because the one side is the one side is obvious and it's mostly on the edge kind of, but when you're looking at it head on, it looks good. So, but yeah, I need to work on that because I want to get this prettied up and put into a pattern for your winter enjoyment while it's still winter. So that's done. I'm glad that is done. And I never put it in Ravelry, so I need to figure out when I started, which was, I don't remember, sometime in the fall, I think. Next up, I did work on my spinning a little more, and I'm making it all pretty. It looks pretty. So I'm actually almost done with this one. So this is all I have left. And that is the mini that is on there. Very pretty fall colors. I really like this one. It's going to go into a nice gray and then back into a red, and then it kind of ends in this like sagey green. Kind of cool. So I got that. I have not washed this one yet, so maybe I'll wind that while I'm up here on my nitty knotty. So this needs to go up on my little plastic nitty knotty and then hit the bath. So I'll do that. And then I did work on some weaving squares. So Emily got her braces, and so far is good. She said she woke up this morning, she said one of her teeth was a little sore, like one tooth was a little sore, but otherwise she didn't have any discomfort. So we'll see how she is when she gets home today. But I did yesterday 4 squares. So I got 4 of the black squares to add to my collection. And I currently have another one on the loom. This is a pin loom, zoom loom. And I still have a decent amount. I still have a whole nother one of these cakes, so I'm curious how many squares I'll get out of this, because I'm getting a lot, but I need a lot. I can't remember how many I needed total anymore. Where did I write that down? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. So I'm gonna make myself do math on the screen again, which is stupid. 7 total, and I think I'm making 6 placemats. So that's 42 squares, I believe. 6 times 7 is 42. So that's a lot. So I have a lot of squares, and I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 done. So, but maybe I have enough, close to enough to start one if I get moving on a different color. If I get one more colored square in my groups, and then, so maybe after this square, I'll pull out another color and see, so that I can try to seam one together and see what it looks like. And see if it needs any borders or anything. I don't think it's gonna though. And that's it. Tomorrow I am getting a shipment of some cones of this yarn. I think I talked about it, but I was downstairs so I couldn't show you. But the cones of the active yarn. It's a German 4-ply. I think this is 4-ply. Yes. 400 gram cone of 75/25 superwash wool polyamide. So it's just wool. So it's more of a sturdier yarn, but it's perfectly comfortable. It's not like super scratchy or anything. So I'm getting, I think I ordered 3 cones and then some Lycra to make the socks feel stretchy. And then supposedly, we'll see though, I ordered a Lycra bar, because there's supposed to be like a separate bar that comes out of the machine to feed in the Lycra so it doesn't get all tangly. But it wasn't available for like to add to my cart. And then I emailed her and she's like, I said, should I just request it? She said yes. So I did, but I was never charged for it. So I don't know if it's coming. Kind of hope it is, but if it's not, I'm gonna have to try to make something to keep the Lycra separate so I can hopefully crank out a pair of socks with Lycra this weekend, because I'd love to see how they fit. And then I can start back, because I've been on a break because I've been waiting to decide if I was going to get the Lycra and whatever. So we will resume my cranking. I've not touched my Vero since I last showed you my progress. Like I said, it's very repetitive right now, which, I mean, isn't a lot of stuff. I don't know. Something I just don't feel like, I'm just like, it's a slog. So I just kind of been migrating to other things. And this week's just been like a week again. They're all like weeks for some reason. When is it not like a week? So that's it though. So I'm gonna wrap this up, and I need to go practice piano today. I did the treadmill today, which was very difficult. Like, I just couldn't get into it, and I almost stopped at 2 miles, but I made myself go the extra mile. So did my 3 miles. I did a little bit slower than I had been on the speed thing. So 22 days of walking. So I think that's where I'm at. I'm trying to keep track with it. Anywho, so hoping for a relaxing weekend. We don't have anything major planned. We don't have anything planned. So hopefully it's just gonna be a chill weekend. Work on my machine, work on my other things. Probably gonna need to stop at Joann's and buy more yarn for my Vero, which they are having a yarn sale. I just got the coupon or email, so maybe the Karen Simply stuff will be on sale. I kind of want to make a temperature snake. So I'm keep trying to talk myself out of that. Anytime, if you do not know what a temperature snake is, it is a temperature blanket, but not a blanket, a snake. So it'll be this really long snake where each row is a single crochet in a different color, around and around, and cute little head. But I don't want to make it for this year. I want to make it for, like I was thinking, I would keep going back to 2008 because that's the year Jim and I got married. But it could be for 2006, the year we met. Or 2010, the year Emily was born, 2012, or David was born. I don't know. There's so many like important years. I don't want it to just be like random. Okay, this was just 2023. So 2008 seems to be the year that I'd like, and you can go look up weather data and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. It sounds fun. I could probably put it together with random colors in my stash. It would be like, I don't know. I'll have to look at that because that would be a good stash buster if I could cobble together. You know, I have some darker blues. I have like a light gray. I have a sparkly gray. I have an orange and a dusty rose and a purple and a burgundy and a green. Maybe. If I can make it out of my stash, that would. I'm always into stash. I'm definitely into stash busting. So now I'm just rambling for the sake of rambling. So I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope everyone has a great week and a great weekend, and you get to craft all the things.